Chris, System Design Engineer at Ampetronic, and we're going to talk about background noise and how that can affect the benefit that an induction loop system could give. So the background noise we're talking about is electromagnetic noise, and that's when we've got other electric kind of wiring or devices that are putting off a magnetic field. The reason that's a concern is that that field is then picked up by the hearing aid. The hearing aid can't discriminate between the signal that it wants to pick up and the background noise sources. So that can impact on the intelligibility of the loop signal that we want them to hear. So we can test this using the FSM meter. We'd have that on the green mode for background noise, and be looking at the green scale here. And now the IEC standard allows background noise to be an immediate pass if it's below the minus 32 level. And if it's between minus 32 and minus 22, it can be a kind of qualified pass. So you'd have a listen to the noise and assess how much of an impact that has on intelligibility. So what we're talking about there is quite often background noise might be a 50 hertz hum from mains frequency. If that's the sort of noise that we've got, then that's not necessarily going to have a big impact on intelligibility because it's in a much lower frequency register to speech. We can allow that sort of noise to be a little bit higher than noise that's kind of higher frequency and it has more of an impact. So I've got the FSM on at the moment, and we're looking for background noise. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing in this room. The majority of rooms that you test in would have little to no background noise. Some of the things that can cause a problem are big plant rooms in the basement below, or kind of old electric wiring where the live and the neutral take opposing paths around the room and create basically a big loop. So just as an example, we're going to use some equipment here that will kick off kind of very localized background noise just to show the sorts of sounds that you might hear when listening for background noise. So first of all, we're going to look at some lighting. So if I hold the FSM up nice and close to the light, you can see that it's starting to bring a little bit of background noise in. Like you can see, even when we're nice and close, that's below the minus 32 mark, so that would be an immediate pass even if we had that sort of noise throughout the entire room. So next, I'll just hold it up to this equipment rack here where we've got some amplifiers and things like that. So as I get closer, you can see that it's starting to pick up quite a lot of background noise there, and that's gone far above the allowable levels, and giving a different sort of noise to what we heard from the lighting. So there's more kind of high frequency content in that noise there, so that would be one where we assess that it has a higher impact on intelligibility. So you can see there, that's the sort of level that we're allowed to immediately pass. This sort of level we'd have to make an assessment on, and then as soon as it gets up to this sort of level, then that would be an immediate fail for the room. And just one final one. If I turn this fan on, we've got a motor in the back of there, and we'll see that can kick out quite a lot of background noise as well. So there's nothing that we can actually do in loop design to combat the effect of background noise. It's something that's inherent in the room because of the equipment you might have or wiring. Like I said, it's not something that we come across very often as being a problem, but if it is, it's something that has to be resolved at the source. So for instance, if it is the mains wiring causing the problem, then that might have to be looked at and rectified before a induction loop can be installed in the space. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, please get in touch with us, either support@ampetronic.com or give us a call on 01636 610 062.